All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Mm.
This week, we are focusing on, well, everything IQ. A lot has been
Oh,
happening.
yeah. This past week has been insane, especially with all of these IQ GPT integrations popping up.
Yeah, seems like every platform wants in on the action.
Yeah.
Well, let's break down some of the biggest integrations, starting with, Crux USADA.
Right.
For those who haven't heard of it, Crux USADA is a platform really centered around, like, that whole cypherpunk kind of philosophy.
Super focused on that decentralization aspect, empowering individuals.
Exactly. And now they're adding IQ GPT basically to give their users direct access to verified information.
Right, from the platform.
Yeah, exactly. It's like no more jumping around between different tabs or anything. You just ask a question and boom, you've got an answer powered by IQ's knowledge base.
Super smart move on their part, really. It makes them a true hub for everything decentralization, not just tools, but the knowledge to go with them.
Makes sense, right? So moving on, we have hacking. And really, anybody who's involved in Web3 at all has probably heard of hacking.
Oh, for sure. They're like the security gurus of the blockchain world, known for their serious audit work and, making sure things are safe.
So seeing them jump on board with IQ GPT, using it, it's a pretty big deal. Speaks to IQ's credibility in the space.
Definitely. It basically says we trust these guys enough to share their knowledge with our community. And when a platform focused on security, like Hackin, gives you that kind of nod, that's huge.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about what this means for people like developers, security researchers, right? They can instantly access all this info on vulnerabilities, best practices, anything new coming up. It's a game changer.
Oh, yeah. Like having a whole cybersecurity encyclopedia at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And it's always up to date.
And it's not just reacting to threats either. This could be a powerful tool to prevent issues in the first place. Developers can learn about vulnerabilities before they even write any code.
All right, now for something, well, a bit different. Boys Club.
Yeah.
The meme coin project. They're integrating IQ GPT. And get this, to help educate their community about, well, crypto.
I'll admit it is a bit surprising. You wouldn't usually think of a meme coin being all about education, right? But I think it shows how things are changing. Communities are starting to see the value of knowledge.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, hey, yeah, meme culture is fun, but we want you to be informed too.
It just makes sense if they want to grow. The more their community knows, the more they can participate in the ecosystem, the more they can make smart decisions.
Okay, ready for another one? This one really blew my mind. NomoX, the crypto exchange, is also bringing in IQ GPT.
Now that's what I call a game changer. It's one thing to have information, but having it while you're making trading decisions, that's next level.
You're on there looking at all these different cryptos, trying to figure out where to invest, and you got IQ GPT right there answering any questions you might have.
You could compare different assets, understand what the market's doing, even get some insights into strategies, all based on what IQ knows.
Yeah, it's like having a personal crypto advisor, but way more affordable. No more just guessing.
And I think it makes crypto so much less intimidating for new folks. You don't have to be an expert. You just need IQ GPT.
All right, last one on the integration list, but definitely not least, is Swing. They focus on cross-chain stuff, basically helping move crypto assets between different blockchains.
Decentralized finance, right, DeFi. That's their bread and butter. And let's be honest, DeFi can get super confusing.
Absolutely. So Swing's bringing in IQ GPT to explain things, like bridging, swapping, liquidity pools. Makes sense, right?
So smart. That's what keeps people out of DeFi. It's just too much to figure out. But they can just ask IQ GPT and get the answers they need when they need them.
Like having a DeFi tutor right there in the platform. The easier it is to understand DeFi, the more people will jump in.
And that's huge. More people in DeFi means more innovation, more growth for the entire ecosystem.
Okay, so we've covered a lot with all these integrations. It's clear that IQ is quickly becoming the go-to for knowledge in, well, the whole blockchain and crypto world.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about giving answers. It's bigger than that.
It's about giving people the power to make their own choices, leveling the playing field so that everyone has access to the information they need, whether they're an expert or just starting out.
Perfect. That actually leads us right into our next topic, the Glossary of the Week thread that's been going on over on Max.
Yeah, this week's term was cold wallet. That's basically a way to store your crypto offline. Think of it like keeping your gold bars locked away in a vault.
Way safer than leaving them out on the street, right?
Okay, exactly.
It's all about keeping your digital assets secure. And speaking of security, I can't help but think about how this connects back to those integrations we were just talking about.
It's the natural next step, right? Like, what if these platforms, let's say NomoX or Swing, started offering cold wallet
Oh,
options?
I see where you're going with this.
You could trade, you could learn, and you could store your crypto all in one place. Super secure.
It'd be like Fort Knox for your digital assets, with IQ GPT there to guide you through it all.
Now, that's a powerful idea. Wouldn't be surprised to see more platforms doing exactly that. Knowledge and security, hand in hand.
Well, and speaking of exciting stuff, let's move on to Devcon 2024. It wrapped up last week in Thailand, and the IQ team, they were there.
Devcon, that's the big leagues for blockchain, you know? Everyone who's anyone is there sharing ideas, showing off new tech, basically building the future.
Yeah, and I was scrolling through X, saw some photos of the IQ team. They were giving presentations, networking, and even did a little sightseeing. Looked like a blast.
It's not just about having fun, though, is it? Events like DevCon are crucial for companies like IQ. It's where you build those connections, those partnerships. You show the world what you're all about.
Totally. It's about starting those relationships that will help the whole IQ ecosystem grow.
And this benefits listeners directly, too. The more connections IQ makes, the more opportunities they have to innovate and grow. And that means a better experience for everyone in the community.
Yeah, it's like a ripple effect, What happens at DevCon doesn't just stay there. It spreads out and impacts the whole crypto landscape.
Exactly. It brings us closer to a future where everything is truly decentralized and knowledge is power.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but I feel like we're just getting started.
We're just scratching the surface.
Let's take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more from the world of IQ.
You know, thinking about all this makes me think about the early days of the internet.
Oh yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Like back when we had those dial-up modems and websites took forever to load.
Exactly. And even then, there was just this feeling, that we were on the edge of something huge.
And look at us now. We've got smartphones and social media and basically the whole world in our pockets. It's crazy when you think about it.
And I think blockchain is in a similar spot. We're still early, but the possibilities are mind-blowing.
And especially with projects like IQ leading the way, making knowledge more accessible and giving people the power to actually be a part of this new digital world.
That's what's so exciting about all this growth we're seeing. It's not just about the tech, it's about the people. It's about giving everyone the tools and the knowledge to create their own future.
And that brings us back to education, which we talk about a lot here on the Deep Dive.
Right. It's not just about understanding all the complicated stuff. It's about learning to think critically, to evaluate information, and ultimately becoming better citizens of the digital world.
That's why I love that Glossary of the Week thread on X. It's such a simple way to introduce people to these important crypto concepts.
And it's not just one-way communication either. People are actually engaging with the posts, asking questions, sharing their own ideas. It's building a real sense of community around learning.
Speaking of community, let's talk about that energy at Devcon 2024. Those photos on X were amazing.
You can tell the IQ team wasn't just there to present. They were there to connect, to build relationships with people who share their vision.
Yeah, you could just feel the passion through the screen. It's contagious. Makes you want to be a part of it.
And that's what they're doing, building a movement, not just a company, a movement of people who believe in the power of knowledge to change the world.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? How does IQ's success impact you and your experience in the crypto space?
Well, for one thing, it means you have more resources and support than ever. Whether you're a pro trader or just getting started, IQ is there to give you the knowledge and the tools you need.
And it's not just about individual success. It's about empowering everyone. The more people who are informed and engaged, the stronger this whole ecosystem becomes.
It's about creating a future where knowledge is truly open to all, where everyone has the chance to participate and contribute to this new digital frontier.
And that's a future we're excited to build together. But before we wrap up our deep dive, there's one more important thing we want to talk about, and that is taking action. We can talk about all the possibilities with IQ and all the cool stuff happening, but what really matters is what you, the listener, actually do with it.
Exactly. Knowledge is only powerful when you actually use it, right? Yeah. So let's talk about what you can do to actually take advantage of all this.
First things first, head over to X and follow IQ. They're always posting updates about new integrations and educational resources and all the events happening. It's the best way to stay in the loop.
Yeah, and don't just follow them, engage with them. Ask questions, share your thoughts, be part of the conversation. That's what the IQ community is all about, working together and learning from each other.
Absolutely. The more you participate, the more you'll get out of it.
Mm.
And hey, speaking of getting involved, have you subscribed to the Deep Dive yet?
We're on Spotify and YouTube bringing you these deep dives every single week, exploring all the fascinating stuff going on in the IQ ecosystem and beyond.
Think of us as your guides to this new world of knowledge and all the amazing things that are possible. We're here to explain the complicated stuff, share our insights, and help you make sense of everything happening in blockchain and crypto.
So hit that subscribe button, join the community, and let's explore this world together.
We can't wait to see you there.